I do a yapping get ready with me just so I could kind of talk to you guys. Today is a big day in Korea because shit's about to get down. What I mean by that is today it gets decided if our previous president, President Yoon, it gets decided if he gets impeached or not. So all hell is gonna break loose up north. When I say up north, I mean up north of the Han River. When it comes to governmental activities, especially protests, they predominantly happen towards like City Hall area, which is above the Han River. I live below the Han River, so life proceeds per usual most of the time, even when there is like a big political upheaval, I would say. I'm not gonna lie. There is time to time protests in the streets of Gangnam, the main street of Gangnam Station. Today, no Pilates, but we got a personal training session today. But yesterday, I actually had a private Pilates session just because I was the only one enrolled. Another morning, another Pilates session. Let's go. It's gonna be in private, I guess. It was great because I got a personal session, but it was without a doubt the hardest Pilates session that I've ever had. It was also by my favorite instructor. She's my favorite Pilates instructor out of the 6 because her sessions are typically on the medium hard level, and that's kind of where I would say I'm at Pilates. I actually was diagnosed with scoliosis when I was in high school. I got chiro and acupuncture for I think 3 months straight. Pilates, one of the biggest things we focus on is posture correction. So I always break out on my neck. Can you guys help me with this? It's hormonal breakouts because it always happens when I get close to my cycle. Anyways, today is a personal training session. It's not actually personal training because I didn't purchase any sessions. It's actually called OT. Orientation training, I believe that's what it stands for. It's basically a free personal training session, hoping that after that free personal training session, you sign on to personal training. But I know for a fact I'm not going to. If you guys don't know this about me, there was a season of my life when I was like in a very gym rat phase. Like, I was buff. I don't want to go back to that version of me, definitely, mentally and physically. I know myself better than anyone. If I know I'm gonna pay thousands of dollars for PT, then I'm gonna do it right. And by doing it right, I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna eat super clean. But then that means I'm gonna start restricting food. And I'm gonna start seeing food in very black and white terms. Good, bad. And I don't want to do that to myself. Like, it took me a lot to get out of that mentality of good and bad food. Ergo, I am not signing on to personal training. Hi guys, Future Anna just jumping in here real quick. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but it's my massager. I'm currently massaging out my calves. But I just wanted to pop in here real quick because I wanted to fill you guys in on the fuck-ass personal training session I got done. Warning, there might be a lot of profanity in this rant because I just truly want to encapsulate the fuckery of the whole entire 50 minutes. Straight off the bat, there was like 2 red flags that really stuck out to me. Number 1 is like, so immediately after we introduce ourselves, he hands me a survey form, I guess, of like where I basically fill out my basic information. And I'm talking about like my name, age, address, and then the last part of it was like, what are my goals for working out? And the options is like a checkbox. And I think there was like a total of 6 options. And it was like weight loss, posture correction, physical therapy / rehabilitation. I forgot what the other options were. But I strictly remember the only box I checked off was posture correction, 자세 교정, because that was the whole intention of why I started Pilates, okay? I, with my whole entire fucking brain cells in here, knew I wasn't gonna check off weight loss because fucking Korean personal trainers can be so fucking toxic when it comes to weight loss mentality. So I knew, like, I was like, I'm not going to go anywhere near that subject. So that was the end of it. And then so I gave him the paper back and he sees that I only checked off like posture correction. And he's like, are you sure that's the only one you want to check off? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you have no other goals? Without blinking an eye, I was like, no, I have nothing else. And he looks at me, he was like, are you sure you really have no other interest? Like not even dabbling into anything? And I'm like, no. Afterwards, he was like, all right, let's do an in-body scan. If you guys don't know what an in-body scan is, it's basically a scan that's supposed to tell you your weight, your skeletal muscle mass, how much body fat you have, X, Y, fucking Z. Literally, this is how the conversation went. He was like, 인바디부터 잴게요. And I was like, very nonchalantly, 괜찮아요. 사양할게요. And then he was like, 네? 아니, 그래도 다들 하시는데 인바디를 재야 시작점을 알아요. And my mind was like, what do you mean starting point? I'm not signed on to personal training sessions. That's the thing, like, if I was signed on to a personal training session, then it would make sense in my head, like, yeah, I get an in-body scan done just because we could track our progress, my progress trajectory. But you and me, there is no start. The reason I also did not want to get that in-body scan done is because they pick apart those numbers, degrade you in the process to sell you personal training. Like, that's how it fucking works. And I didn't want to give statistics of my body so he could degrade me and just to sell his sessions. You know what I mean? The thing is, I knew that's what he was gonna do because this isn't my first rodeo having an OT done at a Korean gym. I've had it done 2 times before, and I know their protocols of how to sell personal training sessions. And number 2, I knew the in-body scan would be inaccurate as fuck, because if you want to try making the in-body scan accurate as possible, you shouldn't have drank water or eat food, because that's gonna mess up with your body index, because it measures your skeletal muscle mass, body fat. But obviously if you have liquid in there, it's gonna distort the metrics, the statistics. It was lunchtime, I already had a meal, I already drank a fuck ton of coffee, like, so whatever metric comes out, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be inaccurate as fuck. So why fucking do it? Only to mess up my psyche. I haven't weighed myself in more than like maybe 2 years, and I want to keep it that way. I don't give a fuck about my body weight. Another thing I didn't like about him is that in our conversation, he kept dissing Pilates, like making very underhanded comments about how Pilates doesn't effectively target certain muscle groups. For example, he kept reiterating that I really need to work out my chest, and I was like, yeah, we kind of hit that in Pilates. And he's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, you can hit every single muscle group using Pilates. One of the things that he would say that's like kind of underhanded is the fact that like there is no progressive overload in Pilates. So in weightlifting, progressive overload would look something like increasing the weights. That's how you build muscle, by increasing weights or reps, right? And he was basically saying that you don't get that in Pilates. And I'm like, yeah, you do. There's resistance springs in there. So I don't know what his thing is with Pilates, but he kept dissing it for no reason. Personally, for me, I'm like, if you have to diss another type of workout to try selling me something, that is a red flag, especially dissing something as well established as classical Pilates. Wild. Yeah, I don't know. I believe his execution was very poor. Yeah. Let's head on out.
열차 출입문이 닫습니다. 이번 역에서 5호선
Trying to find Lulu right here. Fifth floor. Oh, I see it. Oh my god, it's so small. Korea, there's something called Asia Fit, and I asked like, what does the Asia Fit entail, and they said that the length is shorter and the calves area is bigger, because Asians are shorter and we have bigger calves. I'm running late. Oh my god. Let's go. Got maratang for lunch. Look at that goodness. Just just got back home and I thought I'd share with you guys my Lululemon haul. Just because a lot of people ask me where do I get my workout clothes, and they're predominantly from Lululemon. Just because the quality and the fit is better than anything I've personally tried. I got 4 in total, 2 leggings, 2 sports bras. Oh, why is it so... The first item that I picked out was this. It's the Energy Longline Bra Evolve. I like it because the padding is super thick. I actually already own this in this color, so I picked it up in a darker color. The material for this is like the moisture wicking material. It was marketed saying that it's good for weight training. And then this one is a light support. There is barely any padding in here. This is called the Cloud Ribbed Longline Bra, BC. I don't know what the B/C stands for. What color is this? I don't know. It doesn't say the color name. This is how it looks like. This is the material. Okay. I'm like really bad at showing these kind of stuff. Oh my god. God damn. How do people show it? Okay, maybe I should just show it upside down. This is how the back looks like. And then leggings, honestly, there's nothing special about it. It's just the ones that I always go to. It's the Align ones. I got one cropped, one full length. But the Asia fit is 24 inches actually. Yeah. So I got like a charcoal gray color for the full length one, and for the crop one I got a navy blue. The reason why I predominantly only wear Align leggings is because of the high-waisted nature of these leggings. I said this in one of my TikTok videos, but I actually have an extra vertebra in my spine. So my torso is longer than the average person, and because of my longer torso, I like to wear high-rise jeans and leggings to kind of mitigate that extra length to my torso. And I would say like no other leggings has given me what I was like looking for high-waistedness other than Lululemon's Align. That's why I would say all my leggings are Aligned. Hi guys, currently at the bank or the ATM machine. I have to pay rent, but my internet banking is actually down right now, so that's why I'm here. While I'm at it, I'm also gonna pay my phone bill a couple days in advance just because I don't know. Just might as well do it at the same time. It's raining today. I hate rain. 감사합니다. The highlight of this week was undoubtedly the fact that my friends from America were visiting Seoul, so I had the chance to play tour guide for them for 2 days. It was an absolutely amazing time catching up with them because it's stuff like this that I truly miss, the community that I miss from back home. Now, if you guys are interested in the itinerary that I took my friends on, I made an entire TikTok dedicated to everywhere I took them to. I'm actually gonna have that TikTok reposted onto YouTube Shorts. It should be up by now, so if you guys are interested, go check that out. I just found out that YouTube Shorts allows for videos longer than 1 minute, so thank God, because the reason I haven't been reposting my TikToks onto YouTube Shorts is because typically I was like maxed out to 1 minute, and all my videos are longer than a minute over on TikTok, so that's why I never reposted my videos onto YouTube Shorts. But now that there's greater flexibility, you'll see a lot more YouTube Shorts posted, so yay! For here, I'm just gonna keep it kind of like brief. Whenever my friends visit from America, there is one thing I request of them, and that is American chips, American snacks. I love salty snacks. Korean snacks are all sweet. My friend Jenny came in clutch. She brought Takis and hot Cheetos, and in exchange I gave Korean skincare products. I think that's a fair trade. It's so hot today. Gonna head on over to the Apple store right now because I want a new computer. Most likely I'm gonna pick up the MacBook Air, the new one, the M4 chip one. I'm not sure. I might pick up the AirPod Maxes as well. Cause like, now that I'm working out, like I really want some headphones. Not too sure though, cause like the noise cancellation wasn't like significantly better than AirPod Pros. Yeah. Let's go.
버스에 오래 있는 이유가
예요?
네, 구입하려고요.
아, 네. 어떤 용량으로 보시고 계세요?
Can I see the options that are available?
Let me check the stock.
Just got back from the Apple store and I thought I'd show you guys what I picked out because there's a couple of stuff here. First things first, like I said, I picked up the MacBook Air. This is the newest version, so it has M4 chip, which is absolutely insane for especially an Air. So yeah, amazing spec, super good price for it. I got the 13-inch in Starlight. I think that's what it's called. I'm not too sure. But yeah, the reason I picked up a new laptop is actually because the laptop I've been using has been this one. I bought this in 2014, meaning it's 11 years old. And the funny thing is that she won't die. That's the thing about me. It's like I don't buy new technology until like it's literally broken or it's not at like a functioning capacity. But no matter how much time passes, like this computer is just still hanging on. And the funny thing is that like there's still no problems to it, like at a functional capacity. Like yes, it might lag here and there when I have like a bajillion tabs open or when I use like freaking citation machine. Yes, then it starts lagging, but maybe it's because I only really use it for really basic capacities of a computer. For example, like web surfing or like Google Docs. I don't play games. I don't edit videos on here. I don't even really stream videos on here either because I don't really watch Netflix. But maybe it's because I only use it for internet surfing that this has lasted really such a long time and it's still so functional. But the reason I'm retiring, oh my god, actually, the funny thing is that I can't believe it's still alive because I dropped this computer so many fucking times. There are so many cracks and dents here. And I remember I dropped it from a table once. I dropped this down an escalator once. It was at the German airport escalator. It was literally tumbling downwards like this, which is why it has so many dents. And this is where that actually happened. But the funny thing is the screen never ended up cracking and none of it was broken. So I'm surprised like this computer is still so sturdy and still so well functioning. And I think that's actually one of the things that people on TikTok have mentioned is that the older models of Mac computers are actually the best quality. And I think I do agree because yeah, 11 years. The reason why I am retiring this computer is because I can't edit videos on here. If I even try, that's when it starts lagging and the fan goes crazy. And then that's when like my mouse cursor becomes a rainbow twirling, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can't edit videos on here. And majority of the time I'm out and about. And so when I do edit videos when I'm outside, I use my iPad, but it slows down the editing process a lot, especially when I'm editing like a YouTube video. So yeah, I do have like a desktop computer, which is also a Mac Mini. But yeah, since I am always outside and like working from a cafe, I was like, let's just pick up a new computer. So, which is why I got it. But the fucking thing about this computer is that it literally only has like 2 USB-C ports. So I also had to pick up one of the adapters where I can kind of like do a multi-adapting system because I definitely need a SD card slot and a USB slot. So pick that up as well. And then I also picked up a present for my friend. I got the AirPod Pro 2nd generation. I ended up not getting the AirPod Pro Max because like I like my music really rich and in bass, but the Pro Max was like just very clean quality. It was very crisp. I don't like that. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was like there was no depth in the music that I was listening to. Is that weird? So yeah, currently on my way to the bank. Currently walking around with 4 million Korean won in my hands just like this, out in the streets. To be honest, I don't want to romanticize Korea, but like the chances of crime happening, like someone snatching this out of my hands, very low. Whee! Today's another mundane day, heading on over to a meeting right now, but I'm actually really early. My meeting's at 4, but it's only 1, so I have 3 hours to kill. I'm gonna head on over to a cafe to get some editing done. So I'll take you guys with me.